Good afternoon, everyone. Why did it go like, okay. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ola Berta, and I am a second call SEAS fellow at the Department of Social Anthropology here in Bergen. And today, I'll give you a brief glimpse into my research on how Marshall Islanders use the ocean as a source to seek autonomy and development. And the Marshall Islands is a self-designated big ocean state as opposed to a small island state. And the reason is this huge area of territorial sea that is enclosed by the red and yellow lines there, an area covering about 2 million square kilometers of ocean. And the backdrop to what I will talk about and what I do for research here is a representational shift in the Marshall Islands from something like this to something like this. And this image is taken from the Second World War in the Majuro Lagoon in the Marshall Islands during the island hopping campaign that the US did on their way to Iwo Jima. And it set in motion a very violent colonial history that included an extensive nuclear testing program and the construction of a naval base, and that has contributed to an image of the Marshall Islands as a dependent and underdeveloped state. And that is an image that they're trying to rid themselves of by showcasing images like this, taken in the same lagoon in 2019. And in place of the US battleships, we have tuna purse-seiners from distant water fishing vessels anchoring in the lagoon to do transshipment, because today Majuro is the busiest tuna transshipment port in the world, where these purse-seiners come in and offload their tuna to what is called a mothership that transports it back to the continents. And so this exemplifies sort of the way that they have used their ocean to take control over their own resources and extend their sovereign territory. And what I've done is that I worked on two different scales, so to speak. I worked with grassroots efforts to use the ocean to gain some sort of development, working in a outer island fish market sponsored by Japanese development funds, where they go to outer islands and buy fish that they sell in Majuro. And the aim is dual. It's on the one hand, it's aimed to gain some sort of economic income on outer islands where options are limited. It is also meant to increase access to healthy, fresh food in the overpopulated Majuro where fish stocks are depleted. So what they do is that they go out to atolls in the surrounding area from Majuro with small fishing boats that they load up with ice. There's no refrigeration possibilities or freezers or anything like that on the outer atoll. So they load their storage rooms with ice, go out there, have local fishers fish intensively for 2 to 3 days, fill up the storage rooms with fish put on ice, pay the local fishers in cash, and then they dash back to Majuro in a sail that is usually between 6 and 15 hours, where they measure up and sell the fish as regular fishmongers do, but they also process some of it, particularly the parrotfish, as you see here, fillet it, sell it to the local hospital for them to serve healthy, high-quality food for patients. But I've also worked on larger-scale issues with state-run campaigns to try and get a bigger share of the tuna revenue to stay in the Marshall Islands, because with the transshipment, money is basically just shuffled through the Marshall Islands without remaining in place. And so I've looked at the tuna economy from a lot of different angles in Majuro, going to the 2 tuna processing plants that are there, going for tours, making observations, making interviews with customers and employees to follow the tuna from dock to when it's shipped off from the airport. And these are, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it's big eye tuna in this particular photograph. And I've also gone to trade fairs. This is from May 2nd. And of course, you're all thinking, yes, that's the UN official World Tuna Day. And during that day, they have big fairs where they bring actors from all over the tuna economy to have stands, make presentations. They bus in school children from all across the atoll to teach them about the future of tuna and the importance of the tuna economy and try to get them into tuna, basically. And the final example that I will tell you about is an ongoing quest to get a bigger share of the transshipment that is going on onshore by, these are not the containers, but by using refrigerated containers where they can fill them up with frozen tuna and ship them themselves overseas. And that would increase the revenue that goes back to the Marshall Islands compared to tuna transshipment. So that is one of the ongoing projects that I've been following from planning stage to until now. And that was it. Thank you.